right. Sydney Airport just dropped some absolutely staggering numbers for Q3 2025. But listen, this isn't just another post-pandemic recovery story, not at all. We're talking about a fundamental shift here, a surge that's basically launching Australia's busiest airport into a whole new league. So, let's break it down.
So, what does it really look like when a massive global hub doesn't just get back on its feet, but starts sprinting? Well, the answer isn't what you'll see in the big headlines. Nope, it's hidden away in the data. And the whole thing, the entire story, really boils down to one single number.
Yeah, this one number, it's the key. It's the one figure that really unlocks the entire story of this incredible quarter.
And there it is, 6.6%. Now that's the year-over-year growth for international passengers. And let's be super clear here. This isn't just some small, nice-to-have bump. No way. This is the main engine, firing on all cylinders. And it's pulling the entire airport's performance right along with it.
And take a look at this, because this is where the story gets crystal clear. That huge 6.6% for international, well, it absolutely dwarfs the domestic number, which is sitting at just 1.4%. So you see, this isn't just a story about more people flying. It's way more specific. This is about a massive boom in global travel that's plugging Sydney back into the world in a huge way.
Okay, so we've established the what, this incredible international surge. Now let's get into the why and the who. We're going to unpack the numbers behind this boom and see exactly where all these travelers are coming from.
So to really get a sense of the scale here, we're talking about almost 11 million people passing through Sydney Airport in just 3 months. That's huge. And if we break that down, you've got your 4.28 million international travelers, that's our growth engine right there, and then 6.4 million people flying domestically. The sheer volume is just mind-boggling.
So, who's flying in? Well, a massive piece of this puzzle is China, which is seeing some seriously strong double-digit growth. Then you have the UK market, which got this incredible boost, partly because of the British and Irish Lions rugby tour. You can just imagine thousands of fans flooding in for that. And it doesn't stop there. We're also seeing really solid numbers from key places like Indonesia and Japan. And look, this isn't just some temporary blip, The airlines are putting their money where their mouth is, committing some serious capacity. Just look at China Southern. They've announced they're moving to a record 4 daily flights on their main route to Sydney. That's not just about filling seats for a season. That's a structural change. It's a massive expansion of Sydney's connection to the world.
But okay, having all these passengers show up is one thing. Actually handling that kind of growth, that takes a lot more than just adding flights. You need an absolutely world-class operation running behind the scenes, or else you just get, you get chaos.
Which brings us to the big question, right? How on earth do you move millions of extra people smoothly through the airport, especially when, let's be honest, the place is basically one giant construction zone right now? How do you do all that without everything just grinding to a halt?
Well, here's your first clue. Get this. An incredible 99.1% of all those international passengers, they cleared security in under 10 minutes. Just let that sink in for a second. Even with this massive flood of people, the actual experience of getting through the airport is getting faster and smoother. That's wild.
And it's not just security either. They've also managed to slash immigration wait times by more than 15% compared to last year. So the big takeaway here is pretty clear. The airport isn't just getting bigger, it's getting smarter. It's getting way more efficient at its most important job.
And honestly, this is what makes the story so impressive. They're hitting these world-class numbers, all while the place is covered in construction hoarding and they're in the middle of massive upgrade projects. That is the definition of operational excellence, especially under pressure.
So how are they pulling this off? Well, it's not magic and it's definitely not an accident. This kind of performance is the direct result of a really deliberate, multi-year investment plan. A plan designed from the ground up to build a smarter, smoother airport.
Okay, let me give you a perfect example. The new security lanes. The old way? Standard process, standard speed. But these new CT scanner lanes, they literally double the number of people who can get through. And for you and me, the traveler, it means, and we all love this, laptops stay in the bag. It's such a clear example. They invest the money and our journey gets better. Simple as that.
And that security upgrade is just one part of the story. By the end of this quarter, they already had 11 of the 15 new lanes up and running. But at the same time, they're bringing in 14 new places to eat and shop. They've even launched a new digital concierge service for luxury brands. So you see, it's a total overhaul of the entire passenger experience, from start to finish. Okay, now I want you to zoom out with me for a minute, because all this amazing performance, all these smart investments, they're not just about making this year better. They are the bedrock, the foundation for a truly mind-blowing long-term vision.
So with all this momentum building, you've got to ask, what's the end game? What's the long-term plan here? Well, the answer to that is laid out in the airport's brand new master plan, which looks all the way out to 2045.
And the first number from that plan is just, wow. The airport is getting ready to handle up to 72 million passengers a year by 2045. I mean, think about that. That's basically the population of a small country moving through its gates every single year.
And the economic impact of that kind of growth? It's just immense. The airport is projected to pump an estimated 70 billion Australian dollars into the economy every single year. At that point, it's not just an airport anymore, right? It's a national economic engine. And of course, there's the human side of it. This whole vision will support over 105,000 direct jobs. That makes the airport and the area around it one of the most important places for employment in the entire country.
So, when you put it all together, here's the bottom line. These amazing results from Q3, they're more than just good news. This quarter marks the exact moment the story changed. It's the pivot point where Sydney Airport went from recovering to confidently launching a massive, decades-long expansion.
And that really leaves us with a final, much bigger question to think about. As airports like Sydney keep evolving from just places we pass through into these huge economic powerhouses, you have to wonder, how will they completely redefine the way we travel, the way we trade, and the way we connect with each other in the decades to come?